What's going on, football fans? That's right, it's Jake Mattis back with another Fourth and Funny. This one, Championship Sunday. Here we go. All right, guys, we are down to just 2 games left in the season, man. The AFC and the NFC championship game. Winner goes on to the Super Bowl, while the loser gets to go home instead of coaching in the Pro Bowl like they used to in Hawaii. Not a bad compilation prize, but still, not the same. Anyways, let's get into it, guys. Right off the rip, let's dive right into these games. We've got New England and Denver in the AFC Championship kicking off in the early window. Man, storylines are all over the place with this game. We've got the quarterback talk. One, a potential MVP. The other one, a career backup possibly with his second team. But Sean Payton seems to have trust in Jarrett Stidham, and he's going to run him out there. No other calls were made to backups, no Tom Brady calls, no Cam Newton calls. Phillip Rivers is interviewing with the Buffalo Bills, so he's off the list. Let's see what these quarterbacks can deliver today. Will one live up to the hype? And will one live up to his name? We'll have to see. But with Bo Nix being out and taking that injury, man, in that last play to win that last playoff game, that was a rough one. Now we're going to turn our focus to the defense. Both these defenses were plus during the regular season. Man, the Pats are completing 72% of their passes, while Denver led the league with 68 sacks this past year. Both of these teams finished 14-3. Here we go. It's going to come down to the defense. Defense wins championships. That's my key. Mile High Stadium. We're going to get to see New England take on the Denver Broncos at home in Mile High. They won't be that high, but the altitude is an issue out there. Teams tend to struggle out there in the playoffs. It's the end of the season. They're already gassed. You get that break before the Super Bowl, and New England is just hoping to hang on and survive that thin air out there and that stifling defense. Again, with the injuries, New England's got some linebackers and some defensive players out. Key note for the Broncos, obviously, is that Bo Nix injury that we just talked about a minute ago. A broken bone in his foot. That's terrible, man. You get this far and then it's end of the line. See you next season. But what I think is really going to be a key in this game is the coaches. We've got Mike Vrabel for New England in his second stint after being fired by Tennessee a couple years ago. He got another shot. I feel like Vrabel is a great candidate to get this done for New England. He's a player's coach, a lot like Dan Campbell. He just has those things. But then you've got the old school, the old guard, Sean Payton, the quarterback whisperer. Will he be able to have Jarrett Stidham ready for this game and lead the Denver Broncos to the Super Bowl? We'll have to wait and see. That's why they play the games, guys. What's your take? Is the QBs going to be the big difference? Or maybe it's the plus defense on both sides of the ball, or both sides of the field this week. Is it going to be Mile High's thin air? Or who can outlast the longest injuries? Or does it come down to coaching? Who has their team more ready and more hungry to get to the Super Bowl? We'll have to see. Tune in for that early game. I'm going to take New England in this game. I just don't know that Jarrett Stidham is going to have enough in the tank to take on that New England defense and overcome a high-powered offense that Drake May, potential MVP, is running over there. So give me New England. I'll see them in the Super Bowl. Here we go again. Thought we'd get a new team. Nope. Patriots right back at it. All right, guys. Now, for the second game, the nightcap that kicks off in the later window, we have round 3. The LA Rams traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks and the 12th man. Again, this is a third matchup between these two teams. We saw it earlier in the playoffs with the Packers and Bears. We're seeing it now in the NFC Championship when it's winner take all in the conference, looking to get to the Super Bowl in sunny California. Again, it's going to come down to quarterbacks. Here we are again. Another MVP candidate, most likely, and my favorite to win, Matt Stafford taking on Sam Darnold. Career journeyman. He's bounced around, and everywhere he's been except for that first start in New York with the Jets, when he was with the Vikings, led them to a nice record, got them in the playoffs a couple of times, left in free agency, settles with the Seahawks, and they are humming right along. Division champs, here they are. They were the number 1 seed, and here we are in the NFC Championship game, taking on Sean McVay and Matt Stafford, the LA Rams. Now, we've also got some injuries in this game as well. Zach Charbonnet has been injured and looks to be out the rest of the playoffs. So, is that going to be more of a workload for K9, or do they adjust and just give those carries to another back? I feel like they're going to adjust. K9 can carry the workload. He was a great back at Michigan State, and he's been a great back in the NFL since coming into the league. I don't know that being down a running back is going to hurt them much. They'll be able to continue to work the run game, whether it's with a jet sweep or those quick out passes to JSN and Cooper Kupp, who is now playing on the other side from the Rams. Is he going to get one of those revenge TDs? We'll have to see. But the D is big in these games. Again, both teams, strong defenses. Jared Verse, that front of the Rams is very, very potent. And they can get after the quarterback. They can intercept passes. They get their hands up and knock shit down. I'm telling you guys, watch the defense on this. And then you've got the back end. Is this the Legion of Boom 2.0, or is this a blanket? These guys in that secondary are amazing for the Seahawks. So we're going to see. There's only 2 points per game difference between these two teams in the regular season. One was scoring 30 at a clip, the other scoring 28. This is going to be a very, very close game. And when you look at the quarterbacks, Matt Stafford had another 4,700-yard passing season with 46 touchdowns and only 8 interceptions. And when he got the interceptions, they did tend to come in bunches. So if he can limit the mistakes, play at that MVP caliber, I think he might be able to get it done. And then you got Sam Darnold threw for 4,000 yards. He was 25 passing touchdowns with 14 picks. Now, that's almost half the amount of touchdowns, which is an attribution to the defense that Seattle has. They don't need to score a lot of points. As long as they can get some points on the board, the defense is going to carry them and shut that pass game down for the Rams. But I think they'll be able to pull it all together. Plus, each team has a top receiver. You had Puka Nacua and JSN. JSN only beat Puka out by 70 yards this year for that passing yard title. But when it comes to it, guys, I'm going to take the Rams. Give me the MVP. I've seen Matt Stafford here in Detroit long enough, and enough from him in LA with Sean McVay to know that he can get it done in the fourth quarter when he needs it. I think this game is going to come down to a field goal. It's not going to be a touchdown. And Matt Stafford is the closer in the fourth quarter. Give me the future MVP to take the Rams to the Super Bowl. So, here we go. Rams, New England, Super Bowl rematch. Hopefully we don't get a dud like it was the last time. What was it, 13-3? Some BS like that. Last time it was Goff and Brady. This time it's going to be May and Stafford. Wow. All season, we're down to these last two games, guys. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. How do you think this weekend's going to play out? And next, so that's the games, guys. All right. Next week, no games. We've got some Pro Bowl stuff going on, but the coaching carousel is still circling around. 5 spots are filled, 5 to go, and some interesting names coming up in the conversations. I mentioned earlier Phillip Rivers interviewing for the Bills head coaching job. How crazy is that to go from playing your last playoff game against Josh Allen to being his head coach? There's lots of other talk going around the league as well. We'll talk the NFL honors, the coaching carousel, and we'll be back next week with another Fourth and Funny. Till next time, guys, take it easy. And don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Really appreciate it.